Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is going on, Hyperion fans? It's myself, Lord Thethan, and Portal Man, bringing you guys the Hyperion Checkpoint show for this week. It's been a pretty exciting Hyperion Cup. The regular season has finally come to an end, and I gotta say, Portal, it definitely wasn't a slow burn. Things were pretty exciting off the bat, but I feel like things have gotten steadily, steadily more invigorating as time goes on. I'm pretty excited for the playoffs, but there's a little bit left to cover before we head into that.
Right, of course. I mean, we had a lot of good matches happen in the past week, so we want to make sure everyone gets back up to date, and my work of sitting for 3 hours of odds goes unnoticed. So don't worry about that. But
I
e-
noticed it.
it's fine. Ethan, could you take us through the first match, which was pretty good, the Kaiju Corp versus the Danger Close match, please?
Yeah, this was yeah, of course I'm gonna cover this one, Portal Man. Kaiju Core Clover versus Danger Close, bringing it back in the latter half of the Hyperion Cup with a 3-0 onto Danger Close. That's honestly for them, that's pretty ceremonious. They are looking really strong, stronger than I feel they've ever looked on the Brawl composition, running it to great success on Lijiang Tower. You say they got a full hold on Watchpoint Gibraltar and on Eichenwald as well. It was a decisive victory for them. And a couple of standout members. We always talk about Felix Felicis, but JP Rocks Forever really brings it home on the Baptiste, able to dish out the healing and the damage. Really influential part, but not the only reason that Kaiju Core Clover is able to pick up that 3-0 over Danger Close. It also means that they're able to stay in the playoffs. So this is pretty cool for me. But Danger Close, not an opponent to be trifled with. Very excited to see how they do in the playoffs. But that wasn't the only match we had this week, Portal. There was of course the Phoenix versus Paradise Aegis match, which I got to watch. I got to watch a little bit of when it went live, and this was a pretty exciting series.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting, especially to start off with. Even though it was a 2-0, 1-2 start with Lijiang, it was a very kind of back and forth, fight here where both teams were able to hold a point pretty well, but then all of a sudden, ultimates would go everywhere. No one would hit anything, and then it was just all up on DPS to actually hit something. But then, as I say here, the pinnacle moment was the DPS line of Phoenix, I would say. Phoenix was just popping off on Hanzo the entire match, and right behind him, his other DPS was able to get the kills that he just wasn't able to hit or just wasn't able to see at that point. So that DPS combo was very good against Paradise Aegis. Even though they did lose one map, it's nothing too bad. Phoenix has really proven, especially as a new team, that they can show up for this Hyperion Cup, and they made it to the playoffs, so we'll see what happens.
Really cool stuff that we've gotten to see from Phoenix into DC, the throne of Paradise Aegis as the victors of the Hyperion Invitational. That's pretty powerful statement right there. There was one more match that we got to Portal. You and I actually got to cast some of it,
No, all of it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that's right, Goop.
yeah.
And we've got a short video to show you guys. Coalescence is going to be committed here first from Dr. Brennan, saying you're not going to cut us off, but they are going to get cut off. There's the Death Blossom as well, and it takes out 3. Moni coming in clutch here, picking up a 4th onto Panda Bear, and effectively winning this fight here for Grav 9. Part of the objective here as well for Grav 9. But Tempest Typhoon isn't quite out of it yet. A teleport is able to bring Yikes back into the fray. They're able to free swing on the objective, but find themselves surrounded by Grav 9. Moni picking up that final blow, but someone on Grav 9 has to deal with that teleport.
Core being invested as well. Zai does take out Astro with the Diva Bomb coming in at 3-man Diva Bomb from Panda Bear, taking out Katori, Squanchy, and Straight God there. Fantastic mid-fight bomb.
Cracks. The self-destruct from Squanchy looking to swing things. Might be able to do so. Panda Bear got eliminated during the self-destruct cast of their own, which finds 2. The Dada finds his commitment from Zai. Jax has to be careful. There goes the barrier. Kreia helping to get things a little bit more in balance here for Tempest Typhoon. High on top of the defensive and offensive utilities expended in the interest of capturing this objective. Nice EMP connects on a 5. Helps with the elimination of Kreia. Straight God is the follow-up. They pick 3 in this fight. Squanchy as well coming back onto the point with a vengeance, and the defense won't hold. That's so much of the damage gone here for Tempest Typhoon's defense. Already a tick of progress being attained by Grav 9. Deadeye on the high ground doesn't secure anything, but Stray God is out of the fight. Once again, Coalescence committed on the objective. Kotori doing both the healing and the damage here. The final blows on the DPS. Kreia is eliminated. There goes Zaya as well. And there's the Shatter dished out. But a nice pin from Yikes is going to thwart any follow-up, at least from Straight God, but not from the rest of Grav9. They're able to do it. They're going to swing the series reverse sweep onto Tempest Typhoon, unless Panda Bears self-destruct can claim too. It's Straight God and Astro out of the fight. That's the point presence, the sustain, but the window here deployed by Katori is going to keep them in this fight, in this round. Find the round win, the map win, the series win. That's Grav9 reverse sweeping Tempest Typhoon. What a series that one was, Portal, and getting to see it live, cast it live was a pleasure. It was Grav9 bringing Tempest Typhoon in for the reverse sweep, the winds of change, slingshotting through King's Row and ultimately giving Grav9 the momentum that they needed, the gravitas, if you will, to pull it through in the very end. We've gotten to see them grow over the course of the season, and that's not to say that Tempest Typhoon has stagnated, but it was just a really spectacular showdown. Really strong stuff from both sides. Portal, we got to see Panda Bear from Tempest Typhoon really pop off, but quite a few members of Grav9 also came into their own that series.
Right. I mean, you can just look at the stats right here. You can see that Val was able to get over almost 19,000 damage alone on just King's Row, which is not an easy feat. That's something that is very difficult, especially with a 4-3 kind of composition. You usually see a 20k when it goes to maybe round three, or not series. I set three is what I say because two, two, two. But yeah, it's very difficult to have stuff like that happen. But again, Moni with 42 eliminations on Hanamura as well, it was just insane. We even saw towards the end with Grav9 getting, I believe, a triple with Winston, which is something you don't see too much, but
Yep.
it's always great to see that kind of compositions come out. And Grav9 really showed up towards that end of the composition. God, my voice. End of that series. So they were able to actually pull it off and deal with a reverse sweep. So it was a great play.
Absolutely. Watching the steadfast players of Tempest Typhoon is a real treat. But I got to say that watching Straight God really fit into the roster for Grav9, premiering last week, or I guess a week and a half, 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and then solidifying themselves as part of the main roster. Last week now for Grav9, it was a fun show, but that is all the matches that we have to cover from this week. We are heading into playoffs. Very, very exciting. Here's the standings from the regular season. You can see Portman, our top four teams, finally solidified in those positions. Frost Surge, Paradise Aegis, Phoenix, and Grav9 will all have the luxury of choosing their next opponents, but only from the next, or rather the latter four teams. Voltage, unfortunately, is out of the playoffs for the Hyperion Cup. I think they it just the stars aligned rather for Frost Nova to take that number 8 spot. But Portal, some pretty good matchups here in the lower four.
Right. I mean, if you look at the kind of series that Frostnova was having, they got very unlucky, I would say, whenever you had those kind of compositions. Those teams really didn't clash well whenever they did and just weren't able to get the picks they need, the fights they need in order to pull through. But looking at what we've got here, we've got Danger Close, Kaiju Corp. We've already been talking about them recently with Checkpoint, Tempest Typhoon, and Frost Nova. These are all still strong teams. We saw Tempest Typhoon, even though they didn't win the match against Grav9, it's still a very valiant team to take it 3-2 to a team that's in the fourth seat. So that's probably fine there. These sayings are not set in stone on what's going to happen for the playoffs. It's very fair on what's going to happen here. It could be any one of these teams winning it.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And well, there's no time quite like the present. After or as we conclude Checkpoint, we will be bringing you guys the selection show. This is the opportunity for representatives for all the teams to join us in the booth here tonight and talk about or rather pick the opponents, the upper four versus the lower four. See what matchups we'll get to see in that quarterfinals series. So let's bring him in, shall we, Mr. Portal? For Frost Surge, we have I have to read names here.
We do
Jarvis.
that a lot.
Jarvis will be joining us from Frost Search. For Jarvis, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I appreciate
Abs-
all you've been doing to put this together.
Ooh.
Absolutely. From Paradise Aegis, we will have Caffeinated. Caffeinated, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm very well. Very excited to see who you guys select as your opponent in the quarterfinals. From Team Phoenix, who rocked it this last week, we will have CSPPP joining us in the booth. How are you doing?
Hola, muchachos.
Ooh.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Muy
Graph 9
bien.
of okay, Portal.
Ooh,
Of Graph
sorry.
9, Squanchy will be joining us in the booth. Squanchy, you feeling good for the playoffs?
Oh yeah, we're ready to go. We actually have a main tank now. It's great.
Imagine.
Yeah, those are kind of needed. And what we do need is 4 other teams for them to pick from. And the first one that you can pick from is Danger Close. And the representative is Morn. Morn, how are you doing?
Bonsoir tout le monde. It means hello everyone in French.
If you have to say it, then you probably. Yeah, anyways, Kaiju Corp is next, which is represented by Cannon. How you doing?
Hey, dude, pretty good. It's good.
That's good. Sounds great. And then, of course, next we've got Tempest Typhoon in the 7th seat, which is represented by Sai. How you doing?
Hello, how is it going?
It's going good. I hope best of luck to all the teams here. And of course, last but certainly not least, even though you're in 8th place right now, Frost Surge is represented by our just make sure that Rook. Sorry, hey Rook, how you doing?
I'm just not that memorable. I see how it is.
Well, I mean, it's
glad to be here, gentlemen.
I can't see that. Anyways, it's perfectly fine here. But best of luck to all of our teams as we get started with the pickings.
Let's get right into it. It is a pleasure to have all of you guys in the booth. And for Frost Surge, Jarvis, you are going to get first pick. Out of any of the lower 4 teams, reminder, that's going to be Danger Close, Kaiju Core Clover, Tempest Typhoon, and Frost Nova. Who are you going to play?
Yeah, as much as we would want to pick Kaiju Core Clover for a resident Kaiju Core Clover enjoyer on the desk, we are going to select Danger Close to be our opponent in the first round.
All right.
Ooh.
Ooh. An opportunity to eliminate them right out the gate. And Morn of Danger Close, how do you feel about that?
Pretty excited. I mean, we haven't had the chance to play against them yet, so that's a good chance for us. I like it.
Quite the risk taker there, Jarvis, but that'll be a super tremendous series to watch. Here for quarterfinal number 2, it'll be or actually rather Paradise Aegis number 2 seed. You guys get to pick your opponent for the quarterfinals. Who do you choose?
Oh wow! I mean, that first pick surprised me. I was actually looking at Danger Close pretty close too, but as Rook said, he is just so rememberable. I have to pick my man Rook here because I'm a big fan of him. He's a big fan of me. So we're going with Nova.
See, old friends become rivals here in the quarterfinal match number. What is that? Quarterfinal number 3. Paradise Aegis versus Frost Nova. Rook, I'm sure you have some choice words to share here.
It's another dance with the devil. Something to be expected, and we kind of figured this was how this was going to go. Let's just say this week's been interesting with practice. So I think we're looking forward to this match more than you would know.
Ooh. All right. The deployment of some new strategies. Caffeinated, any thoughts? Are you guys going to easily counter those, I'm sure, right?
We definitely had a bit of a rough week. We had a lot of missing people, but we have our full roster back and ready. So, just saying, we're looking pretty strong right now.
Bringing it back when it really matters. Phoenix has a Team Phoenix has a tendency to do that as well. And for Team Phoenix, CSPP, you've got 2 teams to choose from for that quarterfinals match 2. That's going to be Kaiju Core Clover or Tempest Typhoon. Who do you choose?
We are going to choose Kaiju Core Clover. We had a great game against them earlier in the season, and it's only fitting that we be the ones to truly knock them out.
And Portal, for you and me to cast that one as well, it would be only fitting.
Right, and honestly, I'm kind of shocked by that. I thought Kaiju Corp Clover would be the team to avoid going into this kind of draft pick, but you gotta take your shots somehow. We've seen that happen in Overwatch League where they took their shots and it worked out in their favor. So I believe that's what they're trying to do here. Kaiju Corp Clover is just not a team you want to face off against a whole lot. But Kaiju, you gotta be feeling happy about that, huh?
And I'm not feeling sad about it. Like, we had a rough beginning to the season. I think there's no denying that. But I mean, we've brought it back. We've brought it back before. We'll bring it back again, dude. We're ready.
That's always great to hear. Yeah. If you had anything else or sorry to butt.
Nah.
Nah, okay, that's perfectly fine. But because of that pick, Grav9 has the honor of taking the last remaining champion. So
yeah, we'll pick Tempest Typhoon then.
we gotta go. Oh, it's already on the board. God darn. Okay, well, we're gonna make this huge, show. But yeah, so Grav9, how do you feel about being, I guess, voluntold to take on Tempest Typhoon?
Yeah, so
Again.
as far as we were concerned, our match against them on Friday, because we didn't remember the structure of the tournament, if you guys were doing quarterfinals or not. So we already treated our match against them as our chance to qualify for playoffs, and I think we had a little bit of a rough start, but I think by the end of the match we got our strategy down, and we reviewed all the maps extensively on Saturday, and we think we're ready to give them another strike and another chance at it, and it should be a good match.
Yeah, sorry,
Give him another chance.
Okay, okay, Ethan, I'm sorry. There's something going on outside. I need you to just cover for me for a second. Give me one more.
So Tempest, Zai of
Mhm.
Tempest Typhoon to give him another chance. I'm sure you'll take the reins on that chance and ride it all the way to the grand finals. Right?
Oh yeah, I mean, just personally, I'm so excited to play you guys again. That was such a fun match. That was like the most enjoyable Friday match that I played in like weeks. And it was super close, and I'm sure all of our players are ready to face them again. I mean, everybody was left kind of unfulfilled at the end of that match, so I'm sure we're ready to run it back.
Fair enough. Now, looking at the Hyperion Open Cup playoffs, you guys can see the bracket has finally aligned. You could say the stars have here, but really the stars are all of the players, all of our contenders in the Hyperion Cup. Big shout out to the players of Voltage who are unfortunately unable to participate in the playoffs, eliminated there. But hey, you final 8. We'll have to see which one of you guys become the final one. Looking at this bracket, it is not possible to have our Frost Bowl. Oh, unless
If they make it to the
Frost Nova,
finals.
you have to beat Paradise Aegis, your quarterfinal 3 opponent, and then move on into the semifinals. Which team would you like to play in the semifinals if you make it there?
I specifically, I have to say Kaiju Clover every time. We have a history of playing them in almost everything we do. It really doesn't matter. Like it just seems to happen regardless of what occurs. So I wouldn't be surprised if fate plays a little prank here, and we somehow get them in the quarterfinals. They've been on a heater for the last few games, and I'm pretty excited to see them go in the playoffs. If anything, I was expecting them to be the last one picked, as opposed to Tempest. So it's interesting to me.
All right,
Very
take my words.
interesting. And and Cannon, you guys have been on the ride up through the standings and as well to playoffs now. You'll bring that game, quarterfinal 4 and maybe semifinal 2.
Yeah. I mean, when we get to semifinal 2, like I do want to play. I do agree. I want to play Frost Nova, dude. I want to bring that back again.
It's nice to
Our
dream.
games have been fun.
CSPP of Phoenix. You said it's nice to dream.
It is. It is.
Cannon, continue. You're about to say something.
Nah, just like our games have been fun against Paradise Nova. Like from what I can remember, that being very little. But
Paradise Nova. Have you forgotten what our name is?
Oh, did I? Did I say Paradise Nova?
Yes, you did say
Rook
Paradise
is
Nova.
forgettable, and so is his team.
Oh, Rook, we just became this one team.
Congratulations.
Okay,
You
I
know,
would
Rook,
love to in that case. I'm not backing down on my answer. I would love to see them come together in their game and like decide to like fusion dance into one team, and then we play all 12 of them at once.
Now, for Paradise Aegis, oh god, which of you guys is the rep for that?
That's
Caffeinated
me.
Paradise. You're kind of left out of the conversation there. As far as Frost Nova Phoenix, Kaiju. Frost Nova wants to play Kaiju. You surely have something to say about that.
I mean, people who need to talk big, have to talk big. I don't need to. I have Mini Bear, I have Loki, I have Brick, and we're here to, we'll see you all in the grand finals.
Very,
Okay.
very exciting. So Portal Man, that's quarterfinal 3 and 4 covered for you. Frost Nova wants to play Kaiju Core Clover, and maybe if Frost Nova wins 2 consecutive matches, we could see that Frost Bowl. But we need to see Frost Surge as well make it to the finals.
Right, but I believe we know what Frost Surge want to see in the grand finals. I mean, I'm going to assume they want that kind of Frost Bowl kind of thing, right? Just to make sure, because that's what you want, Frost Surge. You want to have a Frost Bowl at the end.
Yeah, as much as we would like to have a Frost Bowl at the end as opposed to in our first match, I think everyone on our side at least is really eyeing that Paradise Aegis Frost Surge matchup in the finals.
Oh, that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
So you're okay. So you're saying that Paradise Aegis is going to beat your co-requisite team being Frost Nova.
Yeah, as much as I want to root and cheer for them, Paradise Aegis has been playing very well throughout the season.
True.
My heart goes out to Nova, but this feels like a finals matchup of destiny.
I'll remember this in the meeting, Jarvis. This backstabbing behavior is not appreciated by Permafrost.
Oh, oh, that's okay. That's a little rough. That's a little rough there. I did not expect that. So
Mwah.
with those expectations coming out, Graph 9, looking at this kind of composition and this bracket you're going to have to work with, this was kind of put down in front of you. Of course, we've said that you seem confident against Tempest Typhoon, especially after last map. What do you think this bracket's going to turn out for you in your favor, or at least what you would like to see happen?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to go and win the grand final, and we know it's going to take a lot of work to get there. But we have plenty of time to, we have to have another scrim on Wednesday, and hopefully we'll get to dial things in at least enough to take on Tempest Typhoon again. And then we're probably most excited to face Frost Surge, hopefully in the semifinal 1 there. And then we'll see what comes out of the grand final, or who will be coming from the lower part of the bracket there. We saw, I know Paradise was down a few people, but it could be interesting to see a Phoenix or a Kaji Corp Clover in the grand final as well, depending on how that lower part of the bracket goes.
All right, and I'm gonna piggyback off that and go to Danger Close, because it seems like even though Danger Close is technically the 5th seed in this playoff bracket, it seems like the one team that's being called out. So Danger Close, how do you think this is going to happen, and what are you going to do to change that?
In the end, David beat Goliath, so we're here to slay some giants.
So I'm going to just read in between the lines here, and you're going to say that the Giants is Frost Surge in general. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. If you look at the standings, they managed to get 7-0 during the season. So yeah, in this specific situation, they would be the Giants, and we will be the good old David winning at the end of the day.
Well, you do know that David had to take 10 shots that were retconned out of the Bible, so you sounded better, right?
Maybe, but he still won.
If that's true, don't fact check me. God help! It's a joke for legal reasons. But of course, I believe you've heard from everyone here. This is going to be a great playoffs for Hyperion. We've seen the entire season so far. Not a single match has been a dull match yet. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen in these kinds of fights that we're going to be seeing. It's probably going to be something we haven't even seen yet, because I'm looking at these compositions. Like we said, Tempest Typhoon had some, off players that weren't there that should have been. Same with Aegis. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're if they'll show up, and according to them they will, but we've heard that before. Or if some crazy run like Frost Nova that's been kind of outed as it's fine, we won't see him. I would be interested to see if they make it to semis and even to that Frost Bowl.
We'll have to see, Portal. At least for the regular season, for us, it's felt very short. But for the players, it's been a pretty decently long season, and it's taken time for all of these teams to finally find out their identities. Where better to show off those identities than the finals for the Hyperion Cup? It's going to be very exciting. We had in the booth with us, just quick shout outs to all of our representatives for joining us tonight of Frost Surge. We had Jarvis of Paradise Aegis. We had Caffeinated of Team Phoenix. We had CSPPP. And of Grav 9, we had Squanchy. Of Danger Close, we had Mornotron join us. Kaiju Core Clover, Cannon filled in. Tempest Typhoon, Zai spoke up for the team. And Frost Surge, like you mentioned, Portal, last, but most certainly, I'm sorry, Frost Nova.
Oh.
Yeah, last, but most certainly not least, we had Rook join us. Thank you all so much for joining us. Good luck to you and your teams. Give them our regards from the booth, both from me and Portal. And Portal, I'm extremely excited to watch the playoffs unfold. Hopefully, you and I will get to get in the booth again and watch these narratives unfold.
Oh, exactly. Like, we always enjoy seeing these kinds of matches, and like I said, I will stand by my word of saying that there's not been a single dome match that's happened in the Hyperion Cup, and I don't think there will ever will be. And that's not a caster curse; that's just truth. You can't you can't prove me wrong on that part. So I see that. Don't get that smug. I saw it. Just, don't believe me. I see how it is. No, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, I am excited to see what's going to happen. Hopefully, we can get some matches in and see exactly how this is going down in the next weeks and so. So best of luck to all of the teams. May the odds be ever in your favor, if I could say, about being trademarked. Thanks. Don't say me.
There's a copyright strike.
Darn it.
Portal, man, how could you?
It's weird how that gets copyright strike, but I could sing the Beatles and that doesn't. I mean, just.
Well, it's because you're always off tune, Portal. But there's only one way to find out how the finals unfold. That's going to be by following us here at twitch.tv/Hyperion Co. You guys can stay notified of when we go live with any of the games as well. Head over to Twitter and drop a follow over on the Hyperion Co. Twitter so that you guys also get updated there. Whatever platform you guys are on, whether it's Twitter, Discord, or Twitch, make sure you're appraised of when we go live. It's going to be an exciting week and a half, 2 weeks ahead of us as we pelt into the finals. For you guys tonight, for Checkpoint and Selection Show, I've been Lord Thethan. You guys can find me also on Twitter /Lord Thethan, and I've been joined in the booth by Portal.
Yeah, and you can find me at Portalman5 because 1, 2, 3, 4 were taken, so you can see all of my crappy Wordle guesses and Overwatch guesses, whatever. I say Overwatch League though because Aldo just sounds dumb, right?
Maybe a little bit.
That's a little bit dumb, and also you can see all my casting stuff of everything when I'm doing that. Forgot the post today, but it's fine. That we'll fix that in post. But yeah, thanks for having us. We'll hope to see you in the future for the Hyperion playoffs. That'll be happening soon. So get ready, get set, and we're going to get going.